No one who completely understands the current position of the Afro-American Negro can deny the fact that in 2012 he has become a professional victim. Thanks mainly to the preaching of victimization that has been pounded into the subconscious of the Afro-American Negro by paternalistic white liberals, charlatans, crooks, and thieves left over from the civil rights movement, and a conclave of ignorant and buffoonish Negro clergy who upon every waking moment convinces the American Negro that everything dysfunctional that takes place in Black America can be folded neatly and tucked away and placed at the doorstep of the ongoing legacy of slavery. When you have a conversation with an Afro-American and you ask them, what is it that the white man owes you after everything that he has already given you? What is it that you feel that you are lacking? What stone has the American white man left unturned that you feel needs to be uprooted that will balance the scales from this ongoing demonic legacy of slavery? The Negroes, most of them, have no answer. Because in hindsight, if you review the history and you understand what it is that the American white man gave the Negro, the fact that 80% of Black people hold dear to the Bible and Christianity can be placed at the doorstep of slavery. When the African slaves were brought here, they didn't speak English, they couldn't read the Bible, they weren't allowed to be Christians. It was only after the slave master realized that allowing the slaves to embrace Christianity in fact made better slaves of them, that large numbers of Negro slaves embraced this religion. The fact that many of your historically Black colleges and universities, your HBCUs, were in fact founded and financed by ex-slave owners who took some of their wealth and placed it towards the creation of these Black colleges and universities. When you review the civil rights bills, the amendments to the Constitution, when you review affirmative action policies, government set-asides, outlawing discrimination in workforce and education and housing, and the fact that today in 2012, you Negroes can now eat rib tips and lobster that you purchase with your monthly allotment of food stamps. The remaining balance you then will go sell to some Lebanese or Arab-owned store that dots your community, gaining a few extra dollars that you will put towards your monthly payment for your SUV sitting on 40-inch chrome rims that, by the way, you have parked out in front of your government subsidized house or apartment. So upon further review, Negro, what is it that this white man owes you after all that he has given you? And everything that the white man has given you, Negro, you have still failed to position yourself into the mainstream of American culture. Ethnic groups that just got here yesterday are leapfrogging you. They're leaving you behind because you stand twiddling your thumbs with your hands out, expecting a government handout. What does the white man owe you, Negro? When you take into consideration that if he won't hire you, then why don't you take it upon yourself to be an entrepreneur and create wealth for you and your own people? Everybody else does it. Why is it that you must expect a handout at every turn? Negro, you have $850 billion, and these are conservative numbers, that flows through your community. That equals the GNP of some countries in Europe. This money you spend on cognac, liquor, bourbon, weed, spinning rims, strippers, and of course you pay a few pastor salaries, but you have done absolutely nothing with this wealth. But yet you consider and claim that you are poor and that you need a handout and that because of slavery you can't make it. Negro, you never picked any cotton. You never felt the lash or the sting of the lash. Negro, today in 2012, the black race has more college-educated citizens that we've ever had in our sojourn in this nation. With all of your black colleges and universities, with all of your black college graduates, with all of your black entertainers and athletes, with all of this wealth that you have flowing through your community, Negro, you still stand twiddling your thumbs, expecting a handout. And the only reason why that you do this is because you are a professional victim. And you have embraced a doctrine of victimization that has been preached to you by hypocritical white liberals who want to keep you on their democratic slave plantation, preached to you by crooks from the civil rights movement, Messie Jackson, Al Sharpton, and a conclave of buffoonish, ignorant Negro pastors who don't even begin to understand the history of the Bible that they stand up and try to preach on Sunday morning. This is the condition of the American Negro. So in light of all these facts, what is it that the white man owes you? He's giving you his daughter. Well, he hasn't really given you his daughter. But he's not lynching you for dating his daughter. There's no lynch mob looking to accost you because you walk down one of the local malls holding the hands of Becky. They're not looking to lynch you, Negro, because you're producing half-breed babies with white women. So what is it that this white man has, what stone has he left unturned for you, Coon? What is he not giving you? That today in 2012, you figured that if he only gave me that, the scales would be balanced. And when you, before you answer that question, Negro, keep in mind that $850 billion flows through the black community annually. You spend $250 on a pair of Air Jordan sneakers. You got all of this bling bling around your neck. You're riding around in the latest SUVs. All of this wealth. But somehow you still believe that he owes me something else. What is it that he owes you, Negro? And then what really puts a hole in this whole doctrine of victimization is the fact that not only were you not a slave, Negro, but these white people that you are expecting to pay you for slavery never owned any slaves. This is most baffling to me. But this only goes to show you the thinking of the Afro-American Negro in 2012 and how he refuses to do for himself what other cultures have done for themselves. The people that came through Ellis Island to this country came here with the clothes on their back, and they rolled up their sleeves and they got busy, and they tried to create a future for themselves and their children, not expecting a government handout, not looking for the government to pave their way. But you, Negro, with all of your bling bling, in 2012, you still sit